Never in a million years would I have ever thought that a game like Geometry Dash could get into such massive trouble that, it has the potential to be taken down from the App Store or even Google Play. And perhaps even the Steam, but GD has really always been a very super duper original game. And I mean, how can you know if a game is original or not? Well, you just take a look at the origins of that game, and obviously Geometry Dash is super duper original. It's not a ripoff of any other game. If you thought that, you would be kind of weird, but on the side of that, I think GD did a pretty good job in making the Impossible game just much better, so I think it's okay for that. So it passes that test when it comes to RobTop doing a bunch of mistakes, but I don't think that's a mistake. But also doing things like stealing assets from other people or doing music yoinking has never been the case with Geometry Dash, because RobTop has always been extremely professional about how he deals with this stuff. I mean, every single art that you see in the game, he either made it himself or he purchased assets from online stuff, because we know that some of these gauntlets he made and some of these gauntlet assets he purchased off of like online stores or something. But he has the rights to them, and you guys know Newgrounds offers a ton of songs that also he has the rights to use because he asked and they said yes. So it doesn't really make any sense. How could a game like this, where the developer is super careful about what he uses and what he does with the game to make sure it never gets copyright striked or it doesn't get into any copyright issues, how could such a game get into any trouble, really? Well, it's a bit more complicated than that, because GD is all about creating levels and making stuff that, in previous updates was not possible. RobTop just keeps adding new stuff to make the game feel a lot more like you have a lot of freedom. So when you look at something, you're not even gonna be able to tell whether that is GD or not. At least for the fact that GD started as a game like this, so nobody really thought anything of it. However, then it slowly turned into this, and with that, it also turned into whatever this is. So yeah, I think you guys can probably start to see where this is going and why this is a big problem. When I said that GD has not gotten itself into any copyright issues in the past, I wasn't completely correct, because GD has actually been in not entirely like copyright issues, but it was very close into getting into some copyright problems. And that's because the Geometry Dash editor offers so much freedom for the Geometry Dash community, and with so much freedom, of course, what's gonna happen is that people are just going to take these tools that are provided to them by RobTop into a completely different level and just try to make their imagination and bring it to life. In case you guys are unfamiliar, there has actually been a case where GD almost got into big trouble, big money trouble I'm talking, and that's when one of the Geometry Dash creators decided to take things a bit too far and add a bunch of art into his level that he didn't quite have the permission to use. So here we can see a level comparison between the old and the new version. And if you take a look at a bunch of arts in it, you're gonna see that there's something that has been changed. For example, this rotating object in the background you guys see in this part is drastically different. And the reason for that is because the original creator of the level actually used some arts that he didn't have the permission to use. So later on, the company reached out to him and was like, hey, can you take that down? And he had to delete the level and contact RobTop to make sure that the level is actually deleted, because he didn't have the permission to delete the level because there were some limitations on the server. That being said though, he did resolve the issue with Rob and the level was eventually taken down, and he had to basically redraw all of the art that he had, taken from other sites, and the level was then published again with the new art, and pretty much everybody forgot about it, and we had a pretty cool new level. However, you have to remember that this was 5 or even 6 years ago. I can't even count with how fast time has been going recently. So now with update 2.2, you would of course expect a lot of crazy stuff to happen, because now we not only have double the sized editor than previously, so we're pretty much able to make double the things that we were able to make in 2.1 now in 2.2. So with that, a lot of people are going to make levels and upload them to the servers, which are going to contain a bunch of things that should not be in those levels. And sometimes it's not even just art that some people take from other sites or the things and nicely implement them into GD, making them look not too realistic, because after all, it's just a mobile game about jumping above spikes, right? Well, these guys decided to prove us wrong and show us that this isn't really GD anymore. It's pretty much anything you can imagine at this point. And after pretty much an entire year of update 2.2 being released, we have one of the most astonishing levels I have seen throughout this entire update. Like, something like this we haven't seen at all. The level of accuracy in this that makes you very confident that this is not Geometry Dash. Like, when you take a look at this, you don't even think about Geometry Dash, because there is literally zero aspect of this that just screams GD. Nothing in here is Geometry Dash. But what's crazy is that all of this is Geometry Dash, and what you are seeing on the screen is actually a Geometry Dash level. Now, looking at how many, metaphors and such I have made throughout this video, you might think that I'm still yet to reveal something, that, nah, this is not GD or something, but no, this is Geometry Dash, and it will stay like that forever. This is GD, like, this is a fact. And what's astonishing about this entire thing is not only does it look incredibly realistic to the original one, and makes you feel that it's like just a different game, it's not GD at all. Not only that, but also the gameplay elements that have been put into this makes it even look more realistic, or more not GD-like, or the art style of this is absolutely phenomenal. I have no idea how people can craft this type of stuff using the Geometry Dash objects. And get this, it even has different levels and maps that you can, run around and, yeah, you can play different levels within this thing, which, yeah, I am in shock right now, bro. These levels even look all different, but they all have a kind of similar style to this Mario-like style, which I honestly feel like is pretty good looking. And now, GD, we've all seen cool stuff, and we've seen 3D stuff and all that stuff and crazy stuff, but we haven't seen anything like this. Like, no stuff has been like this one. And this could be a massive issue, because I believe the company that is basically considered the Mario company, the company that basically has the rights to all the Mario stuff, like the assets and pretty much everything about the game, they aren't really that happy when people do that. I mean, there are a bunch of companies where if you just steal their stuff, they don't really care. Disclaimer though, you should never do that unless you actually ask the company to use their stuff. But what I'm trying to say is that some companies are a lot more strict on how they view other people taking their assets or their stuff. And some companies go out and actually sue the people that have been stealing their content, and some companies just don't care. But in case of this Mario company, the company cares a lot. And this is a level that has been published to the Geometry Dash servers, and if you go on to Nexus channel, you can actually see the level ID. However, I tried searching this up in Geometry Dash, and apparently it has been deleted. I wonder why. I wonder why such a level like this has been removed from the Geometry Dash servers. Now, when I look at something like this with this incredible accuracy to the original thing that they're trying to recreate with this level, I am honestly out of thoughts. Like, I don't even know what to say anymore. Like, how far is it going to go? Like, there is literally no more limits. Like, we have reached the end. We are literally recreating something that just doesn't seem like GD and just looks exactly like the thing that we want to recreate, or this person behind this thing wants to recreate. So there really isn't any more stages I see to this. I keep saying that there isn't really any more stages, but I keep getting mind blown, which doesn't make any sense. I don't even know how any of this stuff is even possible. That being said though, this level being on the GD servers is it an issue or is it not? Well, by the way, in case you have not believed that this is Geometry Dash, the person who made this was actually very kind enough to put a bunch of GD elements, at the end of this level, because throughout the entirety of this level, literally from beginning to end, there isn't a single thing, a single part of the level that I looked at and was like, ha, that is a Geometry Dash object, or that is something that's easily done using this and this and that. The only thing that I'm kind of sussing is the particle stuff. When you go there, when you click on the enemies, where is it? He clicked on the enemy, right? Where there were particles that showed every time yeah. So, oh my god, what is this? Okay, never mind. No, that's not GD. Okay, what? That looked so weird. I don't know how. I don't know if somebody could recreate that in GD. Oh, it's the coins, I mean. Look at this. When you grab the coins, you can see these particles. And I'm very confident because I'm sure I can do these particles in Geometry Dash using the particle system. And that's pretty much it. That is literally the only thing that I was able to spot in this entire level from beginning to end, excluding the intro, which you're gonna see in a bit, that I thought was GD. Other than that, literally every single aspect of this level was not GD. It was nothing like GD, nowhere near how GD would ever be. But at the end, this guy was kind enough to do what? This is insane, bro. After finishing the game that you're playing inside a Geometry Dash level, you get these coins. And these coins are Geometry Dash coins, and the font is also Geometry Dash font. This guy was also nice enough to provide us this end screen, which is also always in the Geometry Dash level at the end. So yeah, I believe that information was very, very necessary for us to double check that this is actually GD, because some people just start posting movies and then they say this is GD, and we have no way to really prove that, because it could be that this movie was made inside Geometry Dash. We don't really know. Some people made Shrek in Geometry Dash, but let's not get into that. And with that being said, stuff like this has been published to the Geometry Dash servers, and is that an issue for us to have such things on the Geometry Dash servers? Now, personally, I don't think it is an issue to have such levels included in GD. However, I think what the legal stuff has to say, I mean, we have to get Law by Mike on here. I'm gonna collab with him or something. But I believe having such things like this Mario that you guys saw, like a full recreation of the first 3 levels of Mario on GD, I think is a big legal issue. And the reason for that is you are paying for Geometry Dash. You're paying $4 or $5 or whatever, and you are getting access to a game that you weren't really supposed to get access to. I mean, Mario, let's first be completely clear that the level that we just saw was a 100% recreation of a Mario game. So there isn't really any room to say that, no, this is a level. No, that was a game. I would never consider that as a separate level on its own. So when it comes to the legal issues, they're also not going to view this thing as a level in GD. They're going to view it as a full-on copy of the game. So you're buying a $4 or $5 game, and you're getting access to stuff that you weren't really supposed to get access to. You're getting access to Mario game or a bunch of Mario levels, and that is very illegal because the people that made Mario and made those levels originally, I'm talking about the original Mario now. I have to separate, bro. This is insane. I have to separate when I'm talking about GD or when I'm talking about the real Mario. So when these Mario guys made the official Mario levels in their game, I'm talking about the official Mario now, when they made it, they of course had to monetize it using, just putting all that into a game and then selling that game for money. So when you purchase GD and then you play their Mario levels in GD, you are basically not paying them and still playing the Mario level inside Geometry Dash. What is this issue we've gotten into, bro? But some people believe that if this level has been published to the GD servers, it is totally okay, as long as RobTop doesn't feature it, because if he features it, it basically becomes a part of the game. And RobTop is actually not responsible for any level that... I'm not gonna continue this sentence because it could get some people into trouble, but all in all, I think it's illegal for... I think it's illegal for such levels to be on the GD servers. But I'm not gonna go ahead and, you know, go out there and contact a bunch of companies and stuff. I am personally very busy, so I can't really do that. But it is a possibility. It is a possibility that GD could get into a lot of trouble. And whether the entire game gets into trouble or just this specific level, we can't really know. I mean, the company that strikes or that sues us is the company that can decide, and it all comes down to the damage as well. It could be, you know, thousands of dollars that somebody has to pay, or maybe millions if the company really wants to, seeing how crazily accurate that was. So yeah, I would say let's just all stay on the friendly side. I mean, we were just trying to show our best work out there in the GD stuff. We weren't really meant to, you know, make people steal money and all that stuff. So yeah, let's just hope GD stays safe forever. And let's hope you like the video now and also subscribe, because you're gonna watch the videos that is on the screen right now. And I will see you guys in the next video.